On this episode of the podcast, I have my friend, fellow BJJ black belt, and UFC vet, Jorge Gurgel. Jorge Gurgel is, man, you'll see, he's just an energetic dude. He's the man. And unfortunately, the first couple minutes, I had some technical issues. I plugged my USB into the wrong port in my computer and it didn't record correctly. So the first couple minutes are cut out. Sorry about that. But we jump in right when we start discussing, right where George is discussing, teaching and coaching and things like that. So I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. And yeah, my bad, guys. And I hope everyone has a nice holiday.
Direction. So I just go with it because sometimes it's about my career.
Right.
Sometimes it's about the UFC. And the fights and the memories and this, and then it goes into the coaching. All of the UFC, all the 15 plus that I've coached, coaching and head coached every day in the cage, to world champions, to Bellator, all my life, just every week traveling. It can be all about that. And then the new now, that's just building the new generation of champions and accountable people, and then loving that they're having their high of competing. But I still had it in coaching now. You see people get better. You see the kids get better. You see the students. So really driven in family now. Stay my family. Kind of stay grounded, train always, but want to grow and to spread jiu-jitsu as much as possible. We have to go into having different goals. I'm 40, almost 43. Can't fight.
You want to, right? You want to. I know you do. I do too, man.
Oh, man, you know how we are. What season were you in?
I was in 8, man. What were you in?
That's right. The second one. Yeah. Old. Yeah, second one. So, yeah, it was because of my mom. I'll still fight, but when she passed, I promised. So I retired then, and it's been awesome. It's been it's been great. I'm a coach. I teach them all the time. I train. I spar every Saturday. I train. I go every day. I take care of myself first. I think I should. If I break, then the operation breaks. So I do cryotherapy. I do float. I train strength and conditioning almost every day. Mobility, a lot of drilling. So because I want to stay healthy.
You want to stay healthy. You want to stay on the mat, right?
Yeah, man.
Where did it get started for you? How did martial arts get started for you in your life?
So, you're going back there. Okay, good. Okay, it's funny. My parents were always very supportive. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I'm good.
Contested, it's been an allergy. So my parents were always very supportive. Mom especially, of everything. So at a young age, I was a good athlete already. I always get good grades, so I got to train. I played varsity, which the 3 sports in Brazil are basketball, volleyball, and soccer.
Okay.
Obviously. So the school has those 3 to compete. And I was a freshman already playing varsity. I was the point guard, I was the setter, and I was the goalkeeper. So I was already playing all those. So I got hazed a lot as far as road trips. They put wedgies and toothpaste in my ear and all this stuff. Never bothered me. No, that wasn't because of why I started jiu-jitsu. I was always tough, and I have 2 younger brothers. Okay. So I'm 42, one is 41, the other one is 40. It's back to back. So I always kind of got in fight.
Damn, all right. Yeah, you were all right there.
My parents had no television, bro.
No, man.
My parents had no TV. They had nothing to do. So I was back to back. I had 2 younger brothers, and I was a good athlete. Long story short, and I always liked to be fit. And at a young age, I think I was 14 or whatever, beginning 15 years old, I found they started talking about Hicks and Gray started flexing the neck. It's so weird because I was new in Brazil. So new in Brazil in early 90, 91, 90. And then it's like Hicks and Gracie and my younger brother.
Where did you live? Where did you grow up in Brazil?
Fortaleza, Brazil. Fortaleza.
Where's that? The Northeast. All right.
The Northeast coast is where the only city that the equator line crosses right in the half.
So it's hot as fuck.
So yeah, bro. I can think about it because it's 5:59. The sun rises every day. 5:59, the sun sets every day, 365. It's the equator, so it's perfectly aligned. So it's summer, yeah, all the time. That's why I always say George is the only Brazilian in Ohio, So I played big sports, and my brother started going. I started to have to go pick him up in this far away neighborhood little jiu-jitsu school, and I wouldn't understand all this group of the stuff guys start talking about the Gracie family. And my little brother is doing. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm playing all the varsity sports, playing here. You're paying money, actually spending money, because mom paid a membership for you to go hug, get beat up by these sweaty, hairy, old dudes who are young, What is going on? It was a little fad. It stayed for a while. And then people started encouraging me. Like, George, you like to lift and you train really hard. I was already lifting, going to the gym and all this stuff. And you'll be good at that. Go with it. I'm not going to go put on a bunch of like a uniform. And I started doing judo early, but nothing really. I was good at sports, just playing sports. And go try it. I went to the first class, one class, Eliot, one class. And I looked at Mestre Sazinho and had a couple friends running already. They were in school doing jiu-jitsu. It was not popular. And the next day, I stayed late. And the next day, I told my coaches I quit every one of the sports.
Done.
Because I was done with team sports. I was done. I felt so like I loved it. I was like, I can work the hardest and I will collect my glory. And if I lose, I am accountable for it. It's me. I had just lost. I was there. We never forget. As a freshman, it was my last year now. And I was going to live in the U.S. and we lost the state volleyball tournament because the guys just didn't play hard enough in overtime. I was diving for stuff and I was seeing my teammates kind of just give up and lose. I never forget that. And there's a state. I want to be state champion. And I was like, I lost because other people don't work as hard as I do. So there was a really huge awakening when I did jiu-jitsu for the first time. I was rolling, and there was my ass on the line, and you better get better. Or, man, I swear I used to take the bus until my mom let me drive to get the car. But I would drive home, every ride home, sometimes like peeling. You know what it is? You have been to this. You spit people's chest hair.
Yeah.
Because they laid the mountain when I'm 15 years old, just turned 15 years old. And they smash you, the purple belt smash you. You grew up tough there in Brazil. And I got addicted.
Yeah, man, I feel the same way you felt about team sports is how I feel about cooking. Like when I cook, man, I don't want anybody to do anything for me. I'm like, I want all of the credit or all of the blame. Like if this meal's
I know you were big in cooking.
If this meal's phenomenal, I don't want you to say thank you to anybody else. I only want you to say thank you to me. I made this food.
So you start and you finish what you start. You don't want
everything.
Anybody.
I don't want you to put a teaspoon of salt in my food. No, don't stir it. Don't do shit. This is mine. This is mine.
Because you want the credit.
I want the credit or the blame. I'll take either way. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. I agree. You know what? It's about food. Good, but it's a good analogy. It's perfect. That's my approach. Yeah.
I'm totally like it. My wife gets all mad at me.
It's okay. I like it because the first thing that I realized that accountability. Like, man, if it is to be, it's up to me. I learned young. It's so weird because I was chubby kid, and I remember wanting to change because I was made fun of a little bit, my ears, my nose, whatever. Long story, and then I went to surf for a couple of months. Because in Brazil we have those breaks in January for the summer, and I lost like 20 pounds because I didn't want to. I just surfed all day and tried not to eat. I was bothered by it. Had a big butt. It was kind of short. The pants. I was growing up. It was very dysfunctional. My lips are big, so I used to tape them like this. I had all kinds of complexes. Girls called me ugly because I remember being in the lunch line. I was really chubby, and she looked at the other one. We know we were young. We were like 10, we like the girls that are older, like 12. Uh-huh. And she looks back in the line and goes, ooh, look how ugly he is. And I was like, because I was like, okay. So I did it on my own. I surfed, I practiced, I trained, and I came back the next year. I think I was 12 years. I was 13 already. And I was like, no more. I was skinny, I was lean, I was eating healthy. I was seeking for, I want to be like Jean-Claude Van Damme. When that age, I was so mom goes again for my 15th birthday, I think, goes, what do you want? I'm like, I want a nutritionist, mom. And then she goes, what? She goes, I want to be like Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't know how to eat. She goes, in Brazil, we cook the beans. They have, you know how it is.
Uh-huh.
3 meals they cooked, but they had to eat everything. And she supported. She goes, okay. So at 15 already, I had... this personal trainer at the gym having me eat egg whites and oatmeal and
15.
At 15, I've been eating like this. So to me, eating is 100% for effect, for as a chore. I do it as a job. I barely have really like a great time if I go with this delicious because I eat so much and I enjoy it sometimes with my wife when we go out. But I eat. My food is packed. I'll show you my fridge.
Hold on. Do you ever eat for like enjoyment?
Yeah. Yeah.
On your birthday,
steak.
like on your birthday or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
okay.
I think Thanksgiving. I have cheat meals.
Okay.
But eating became to me since a very young age. Like I think nutrition is everything. Really is what you put in your body. So my greens, I drink entire almost a gallon of water before I even put any food in me every morning.
Wow. A gallon before any food.
I don't, Professor. Everybody makes fun. I don't go anywhere without this. I don't go anywhere. It's water.
Did you watch the Game Changers? Did you watch that?
Oh, that's why it's changing now. I love a good steak. I'm still going to do once a week because I just talked to Joe and got to meet a lot of people this weekend at the UFC. And I changed. I believed it so much that I called Trifecta and I went all plant-based. I told my wife I'm going to try it to my birthday, January 25th. So I've been all plant-based. Then I studied a little more, and I'm like, I can't do all P. So I cut completely all the red meat.
Okay.
I've now done red meat. And so far, so good. I don't miss it. And,
really?
Because I asked a lot of people, a lot of smart people. Joe was there, like people that have been doing this. Got to meet Cameron Haynes. Guy's amazing. And I talk about nutrition and what, and they all say red meat, and I'm okay. I eat. Joe, I eat red meat. I'm O negative. I did the blood test to go eat for a blood type.
Mm-hmm.
So negative for me, which it's good to eat red meat. My body does okay with red meat. But when I saw the documentary and I researched and I saw the fat content and how much it lingers in your body to digest and how much it is lower, the interviews of people who eat a lot of steak and the difference, I researched and I'm like, why not to try? When I asked them, they say, George, it's true. Like, stay away from it. But I love my steak too much, so I'm not going to do it. I'm like, hold on. It's better for you. It really is better for you if I don't eat the red meat as much. But you just are not willing to sacrifice because you love it so much. That's what you're telling me. But yeah, man, I mean, it's better. Like maybe once a steak here every once in a game. But yeah, it's better. I just love the steak so much and I ain't doing it. I'm like, oh, the sacrifice to me is not a problem. So I'm doing it. Stay away from the steak, and it's whatever, man.
But not okay. But not all animal product. Are you eating eggs and stuff like that?
I'm eating eggs. I'm eating fish.
Okay. Chicken?
Eggs, fish, and here and there I have a chicken breast. So I'm eating that, but no red meat. I really think that just the plant-based is not enough. Is not enough.
Yeah, that's what I took away from it. I think the plant-based was. It's making me eat more plants. How about that? Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's making me eat more plants.
The only supplement that I take is the really the expensive goods one, the powder greens.
Okay.
Really good powder greens. First thing in the morning too with my recovery is a lot of greens. So I always try to eat a lot of greens. And sweet potatoes. Not much. Don't touch gluten at all. Don't really mess with that at all.
You don't do any gluten?
No, sir. No gluten. I start feeling bad. No dairy.
No dairy. Okay.
No dairy. Just water and coffee.
So no dairy in your coffee either. Then not even.
No black coffee. No cream. No sugar. No sugar of any kind. No sugar. No fruit. No sugar.
No fruit.
Nope.
Why? Nope. Why no fruit?
Yeah, the only because it's a simple sugar.
Right.
That I don't really need. There's fiber in the broccoli and the vegetables. The only simple sugar that I have is the one that I need immediately after the hard training sessions, which I use, the product Endrox. Endrox is great. It used to be Afterglow is the best one. I don't know why they stopped making. Afterglow has everything. It's quite expensive, but I did put Afterglow, 2 scoops. I mix with the greens and used to put a scoop of blueberries and make it, and that's it. As soon as I'm done training, I go right to that, and that's it. No more, no fruit, no sugar. Only simple sugars right after.
So like they disagree. Okay, so I mean, just talking about only the documentary, right? One of the big things was this processed foods, right?
Yeah.
So like like the supplements are definitely processed food.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. The supplementing means the powder greens. You think?
So I struggle with this one because I use some protein powder and some like BCAAs, right? Like
yeah.
And you're like, man, these things are all supposed to be very good for you. But when you go down, I mean, when you start defining what a processed food is, it's definitely processed, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess again we have to pick our battles. I guess.
I know,
right? Like I won't do it like I did 100%. That's why I didn't say that the paleo is. No, what I'm trying to do is to always better myself. Let's make it alone about nutrition. So, told my wife, I'm going to give it a shot. Called my company and said, switch it. Stop sending any red meat. I used to eat two bison patties a day, which is the 4 hours every day, and feel good. But if I can feel better, have more vitality, be stronger, get leaner, have better cardiovascular, capacity and all that stuff. And like I said, work what I have, do my job, which is to be the best me I can. I'm my own hero, my own history. So I want to be the hero of my own story. And if I can get better, I'll give it a shot. If I feel better, I'll do a blood exam, and however results come, I'll do whatever it takes, man, that within my power, within my control, to be better, to get better, to learn. So if that is a sacrifice that I'm making, I do feel better, I will continue. If not, I will add more red meat eventually. But right now, I'm going to try to see if I can better myself.
Podcast. Yeah. Yeah. Love it. That's my wife. Say hi to my wife, George.
Hi.
There she is.
What?
Everybody say hi to my wife.
Hi. It's been a long time. It's been so long.
It's when we could get it done, baby. What can you do? George is a busy guy. He's a busy guy.
You are too. Hi.
All right, bye.
You should have a medal or a holiday or like something named after you for putting up with this one right there.
She's like, it's 6:30 in the morning. What are you doing? I'm like, babe, it's when you can get it done. Like you can't be a slave to sleep. My friend told me once, sleep is the cousin of death.
Man, I say it different because I say that stop when you stop moving. You stop moving and you just don't have anything to do and you just sit around. I just don't like that. It's a calling. Like I said again, changing a little bit of subjects. Like I can't do it. I can't sit behind a computer. I can't. My partner is amazing, Dave. Again, with the schools that we're running, but I don't. I do the product. I can teach, and I do this 10-hour days. If I'm standing, I'm on the mat. I'm full of energy, and I get to my truck and I feel like it's had sleeping gas. I go,
yeah,
because I love it. I get it just as a high when I get better as I did when I was training to fight, if not more. Like when I see them getting better, when I see the kids getting more comfortable, I see it. I see the tournament. It's like a video game. I can call the move and pop, 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 and it's dominance. And you know how they feel. You go to the tournament to see dominance from your students and from what you taught them, and they believe in the technique. So that's what I love to do every day, man. Like I do numbers, computers. Like guys, everybody out there, don't get me wrong. Like I'm good at 3 things. I'm probably top best in the world about 3 things, but everything else,
I don't care. I agree with you. I don't care.
I have to care. I know I have to care because we live in the U.S. and we need money to live in the U.S.
Yeah, but
if it was up to me, everybody trained for free. Here's my shirt, and I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah, but like what you just said, you're good at 3 things. I think people like, man, just be okay with being good at 3 things, but just be so good at those 3 things.
That's always my goal. I know what I'm the best at.
Yeah.
I know. And that's that. And I'm okay with not knowing how to hang the curtains like my wife makes fun of me.
My wife does too. She gets so mad at me.
I can't drywall.
Who cares?
I was studying Spanish, English, and learning computer. I don't know how to drywall. So don't make fun of me. But I have good friends that can teach jiu-jitsu, and they love jiu-jitsu, and they can drywall for me.
They can drywall, and I'll pay them.
You can delegate.
Yeah. Look, all you need in your life is jiu-jitsu. Who doesn't come through a jiu-jitsu school? A doctor? No problem. An accountant? No problem. A lawyer? No problem. A mechanic? Yeah, we have it all.
We have it all on call, right?
Yeah.
The police chief.
The police doesn't matter.
A lawyer and a police. Is that what you can do to them, professor? It's who you know.
Exactly. I want to go have good sushi? My jiu-jitsu student.
No problem.
I want to go to the nicest club? My jiu-jitsu student. Get the fuck out of here. All you need is jiu-jitsu. Why? So just learn jiu-jitsu.
makes everybody's life so much better. Even I would say, if you put the GG sticker and you get pulled over, they'll let you go. They'll be like, come on, because you're probably a student. All the, the cops, all the police, man, a lot of law enforcement, which I appreciate you guys so very much, every one of you guys. Like I say, I'm an American citizen, and then I have dual citizenship, but I would never go to war ever or get out of my face to do anything for Brazil. My heart. I was born there. That's my home. My heart's here because I always believe when shit hits the fan, that's the country that everybody gets together and loves. Every American loves being American, and I'm honored and privileged to be adding. I think I'm really adding value to the society of this freaking amazing country, bro. I love it here. I love everybody here. I love the way the country is run. I love that it doesn't matter who you are. You can get in trouble. You can go to jail. It doesn't matter. Like, money still is a thing, but being brought up in a corrupt, very hard to earn your way country where everything is dishonest and dangerous. If you haven't had that experience, being here, just being born here, you're already ahead of 99% of the world. Just being born in this country with the opportunity. It doesn't matter in a bar if you're going to meet a waiter, a personal trainer, or a high-end lawyer. It doesn't matter in jiu-jitsu who you're going to meet. It doesn't matter. Everybody's the same. Everybody's the same. And if you work hard enough, it doesn't mean if you're a mailman. My mom said that. My mom used to say, I don't care what you become. That's why I said I wanted crayons. She wanted the crayons. I wanted to be an artist. I wanted a surfboard. Here's a surfboard. I wanted to be a surfer here. I want to be a skateboard. Here's a skate. I want to be a BMX biker. Here's the freaking bike, George. I want to be a fighter jiu-jitsu. Fuck no. No. I'm not going to. No. Why? All your investment in intelligence, everything I've ever paid, computer courses and languages, for you to come up with ears like this, you look ugly on purpose. You have muscles on your neck. Why do you want to look like monkey? That's my mom, Why? Like, no jiu-jitsu. And then I again, she supported me, and I kind of had to fight my way through that. But jiu-jitsu was a no-no.
How did you get to America? What made you come?
Jiu-jitsu. I want to be in the UFC, man. That's really 100%. I had a scholarship I earned. Came back from living here for 2 years in Downers Grove, Illinois, as an exchange student. So after that, I was already doing jiu-jitsu. I loved it so much. I wanted to be in the UFC. It's back when the UFC was only in the U.S. Rickson Gracie had come out with a choke. I was already teaching English. I taught English for a long time and did simultaneous translation, all that. Since I was 17 years old, I worked in Brazil, which is unusual. But my mom I wanted to earn my keep already. I wanted to earn my money. I was never okay with asking mom and dad for money. And I was trained twice a day. I passed the college entrance exam, however, to the best international business school. Started the first and a half year. My friend called one day, Newton, that was living in Boston. I said, George, if you want to move, you can move. You can take the TOEFL test. You have to pass the TOEFL test. It's an English proficiency test.
Okay.
And apply for school. My brother was already here living and going to Wright State University in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
I went home that same night and told my mom, the same week, sold my car, took the TOEFL test, aced it in English. I was already teaching English. Applied for, I'm going to go to California. I'm going to go to live with Rickson Gracie. I'm going to live with Hicks. I'm going to shop at his doorstep.
I'm going to live with Hickson.
That was the only one, man. I wanted to go to live with Hickson. I'm going to live with Hickson. I'm going to knock on the door, and I'm going to say, I'll go to whatever I have to go, whatever I have to do. I clean the mats. I sleep here. I had $2,700 to my name. I sold my car, and I came here, and I got a scholarship for, I'll tell you later. I want to go to California, and I'm going to live with Hickson and train there and until I'm made a champion. I just want to train. And my parents go, no, you're not. Fuck no, you're not going, dude. You're going to go to Ohio to help your brother, live with your brother, and go to Wright State and finish your business school. I'm like, no, I'm not. She goes, then you're not going. I'm like, Ohio it is, but there's only like ugly people in cornfields over there. I rode by one time, I'm wrong. I'm definitely wrong. But that's how I thought back in the day.
That's what you thought, right.
Yeah, I was like, no, it's just snow and corns and weird looking. No, I'm not going to go to Ohio. She goes, you're not going. Then I'm like, okay, Ohio it is. And I applied for Wright State. I got accepted. 2 months, man, later, I was packed and ready with a plan of creating my future here, like looking for jiu-jitsu schools, to find my way in Ohio to wait tables at
What belt were you?
here. I was a 4-stripe blue.
Okay, so not even a purple yet.
Man, that was March 16th, 1996.
Okay.
Shit,
96. Bro. I was 16 years old. All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, 1998. 1998.
Okay, so now I was 18.
Just turned 29. Yes. Yeah, so I'm older. Yeah, I'm 43 almost.
Yeah,
so I got
it. Yeah, you were born 76.
Yes.
Yeah,
born 77.
77. My wife was born 76, so all right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was young.
Yeah.
Came here barely 21, got a scholarship, waited tables every single day, and lifted and trained, and there was no jiu-jitsu. There's no jiu-jitsu, Eliot. There's no anywhere, nothing, nowhere. There's karate schools. I started to go to visit them and ask to talk to the owners because I was like 6-time already state champion. I won everything. I just wanted a place to train. I wanted to train jiu-jitsu. And nobody would give me the time of the day, or they had no grappling classes. I'm like, I have to start teaching here something. So they didn't give me the time of the day. I was waiting tables one day, and I went to TGI Fridays with the group of waiters and everybody else. And I somebody goes, look at this, George. Is that what you do? And there was in the paper, Renzo Gracie had just been to the karate school next door to the restaurant. A Brazilian legend from the Gracie family. Renzo Gracie now lives in New York and taught a seminar at the Brown Institute of Martial Arts. I'm like, it's what? So next day I went over, and talked to the guy. He goes, I'm Brazilian, and I work in the restaurant next door. And you guys are grappling. Yes, we have a jiu-jitsu program here. Yes, we under Master Renzo now from New York. And I'm like, do you? I'm like, okay. And then we rode, and what happened to everybody's wife and met with everybody. Like, you guys know, oh my gosh, Jesus, I have work to do.
Right.
I have a lot of work to do. And it goes, okay, you want to teach the class? I'm like, yes. It goes, yes, I'll pay you $6 an hour. I'm like, thank you. And I just want to do jiu-jitsu. And then they know it was there. And it waited, and then it was hard, man. Like, it was humble. People think it's funny. People think we're all loaded, have tons of money, and because we own the school. It's bro, like I waited tables. I had to then go to the restaurant and wait on my own students.
Yeah.
Because I taught class. Yeah, I taught jiu-jitsu class all the time. I had to teach. And my restaurant next door, I wasn't making any. I was at $8 an hour. The first year I had 6 students. One of them is my black belt now, John Stutson. Everybody knows him. He's amazing. 4th degree now, black belt. And the couple that still stay in the second year I had 8 students. Third year I had 10. Fourth I had 70. And then when it went, and I started going to tournaments here and there with people like, who are these people? Like jiu-jitsu started popping up, and we go to Tennessee. We drive everywhere. And I'm like, I would go with 8 guys and come back with like 12 golds with a open away. Like everything's gold, 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 gold. Names started going around. Helson Gracie started coming to Columbus. I started seeing Helson was a purple belt already. Since they came here, I brought Sazinho here for the first time in America. I brought he's ever been here, my sensei, Mestre Sazinho from Fortaleza. I brought him here, bought a ticket, had a seminar already, had about 50 students in the karate school, got promoted then, and then one day had the opportunity, it's a long, I think you guys want to hear all this shit. I started going to New York every summer and every winter.
To train?
Every summer, I said, hands up. So that was my...
God, it's the Mecca, right?
Bro, he's like, people don't even know.
It's Mecca. And everyone thinks it's just now, right? Because because the internet and with the DBS, with Donahar's guys, dude, it's
he's a Donahue coach.
Yeah.
John used to teach my noon class. He was a purple belt. He had full of hair.
Full hair, a whole head of hair.
Whole head of hair.
Yeah, man.
Long hair. Purple belt.
It's been like that. It's been like that since. So you were going when it was above the meth clinic, when you had to take the.
Yeah,
man.
Yes, it was above the meth clinic. We have to pass it. Yeah.
You have to take. Drug addicts, exactly right.
The whole time.
I just had Jamal Patterson on last week, right? And bro, man, if you knew everyone was serious, because if you were willing to go through the meth clinic to get to jiu-jitsu, you were like, fuck yeah, man. So every
day, I'll just save my money, and I go to New York for years here. When I was 21, my sensei wasn't here anymore. I was using my students as my beat-up practice and still study as much as I knew. But then I found that. My mom lived in New York, so I went to New York. She got married long, so I had a place to go to New York. I spent all my days, morning, took a private either with Hansel or Rodrigo racing. Remember, Rodrigo was amazing.
I remember Rodrigo, yeah.
Rodrigo was always there. And a lot of John. John was there, always teaching the noon class. So I took the 10 o'clock, the noon class, stayed around, had lunch, sat, and went back there and took the 7 o'clock and 6 o'clock until the Hansel, what the hell? And I'd show up and always, all my money. Mom was so awesome. Every time I show up to New York, she'd give me a lot of cash. Like, here, relax, you work too much, have fun, buy something. And I used to all to privates. And I would come home, I would take the subway. I have a subway card in my gi, and I would spend all day there and come back. Because she was awesome. She had salmon and broccoli and all that stuff. For years, I've done that. Years. Go to the subway. Now I'll come back at 11 o'clock, bruised, destroyed, and so happy riding the subway by myself. For years, I've done that. Going to Hansel. He just clear. First person I've ever rode was Matt Serra. Ever. He put it with Matt. Matt had no belt. And I was blue. And Matt came in and shook hands with me. First role I've ever had. And he tapped me 2 times in 5 minutes. And he looked at me and goes, "Oh, don't worry, man. I just came from the Worlds and I won. It was a purple belt. I just had won the Worlds as a purple. But still, I'm like an American. I just here like just beat
it didn't happen.
Butt. Yeah,
it didn't happen. There was no there was no Americans winning anything before. I mean, like, so there was a couple, right? Like, and if you won anything as an American, like, the Brazilians gave you respect.
Do you remember that? That, right? So Matt won the Worlds at purple, Sarah. That's that one was the first. I won the Worlds at purple belt, and it was my first role. I was decent, you know. I was hands on, and he just all over me, man. I sat on the mat and almost started crying. They got my shit together, and then at the end he goes, "No, don't worry, man. Good job. I just won." But he told me, "I just won the Worlds." He helped the hands teach Matt and Nick. Nick is another bad man.
His guard, right? Nick Serra's
Nick
guard.
was the better guard. I thought Nick could have been, you know, back then Nick was even, I don't know. They were equally dangerous in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a butt kicked by those guys. Matt and Nick Serra, you know, and I came back every day and every year. Again, make a long story short, one day I look over, my stepdad is a psychiatrist in New York, and he goes, "What do? You come here and you spend all your day doing this, or eating. You don't eat pie. Pie is pizza, right?
Okay.
You don't eat pie. You eat this stinky fish, this broccoli, this chicken, and this rice every fucking day. And you go and you come back all beat. You have bruises everywhere. What do you do?" And then I showed him Pride. It was that Sunday we watched Pride. And Hans was fighting Pride. So he goes, we watched like glued on TV. I'm like, "I'm watching. Are you okay with it?" He's a psychiatrist. He glued, man, like changing my life. Arnie, you know, he passed. So he goes, "This is amazing." He goes, "This is crazy. This is the man you go see?" Hands he goes, "Yeah." And okay, a couple days. One day I'm in the mat, 7:30 at Hansel's. I look over, my mom and my dad are up. I almost have a freaking, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
In a suit, in his psychiatrist suit, my mom in a dress. And I look over, goes, "Oh shit!" I kind of keep rolling still. I look over again. They are no shoes. My mom no shoes on the mats with Hansel between them.
How does he do that, right? How does Hansel do that?
He always does this, dude. So, shit. So he goes, "Roll, keep rolling, Gurgel. Don't pay attention. Keep rolling. Mind your business." So I kept rolling, and then I was awesome. Then I look over, they wave goodbye. My dad, mom, and my dad. I finish the class. I still take the subway home. I go home and they have dinner ready. Like always have dinner together. They have a steak. You know, the stuff I have a broccoli and chicken. And he looks at me and he goes, "I spoke to Hansel. I like him very much." And I'm like, I'm looking. He goes, "Yeah, you went to visit. It was awesome." You know, and he goes, he told me that you're going to be a champion. He told me that all your education, all your intelligence, a dumb person, he told me a dumb person can never be a good black belt because you have to make executive decisions that your life is on the line, where people are watching. You have to be that. A dumb person can never be a good black belt. My intelligence doesn't have to be used for college for my degree. I can use to pass it on jiu-jitsu, and use jiu-jitsu. I would be successful. He goes, I'm not wasting my intelligence. That's all he told my parents. He goes, he told me all of this. So if he said that, and I believe, because I've never seen anybody as dedicated as you eating this fucking fish and being there all day, how much money do you need to start your own school and quit the restaurant? And he gave me a check for $20,000 on the dinner table. And I quit the restaurant. And I opened my first school in Middletown. I brought all my students because of Hanzo talking to my parents for 5 fucking minutes. And from then on, man, it just grew and just went. But if it was, like I said, that dude changed my life. Like, he literally talked to my parents, and I sat at the dinner table, and he goes, quit the restaurant. Here's 20 grand. Start your school. The man said you're going to be a champion. I believe him. Go be a champion.
The guy's incredible.
Yeah, I know. So I believe I am a champion. Like I said, in life, I live my life. I created my future. I made it to where I wanted to make it. I never coulda, shoulda, woulda. Used jiu-jitsu, coulda, shoulda, woulda, so many, and fought differently. But I live with no regrets, man. I love my life. I love being me. I love my wife and my boys, my kids, my dogs, you know.
Yeah.
I love what I do for a living. I love everything about. I'm grateful. I have everything. I have it. I have everything. Healthy.
Sometimes, when people hear you say that, like you have everything, and they think, you're doing well, right? You have schools, you have all these students. They think it's money.
I'm broke.
Fuck, man. It's got so nothing to do with how much money you have or the size of your house. You have everything because the people in your life and your jiu-jitsu, and what that's brought to you. That's why I have everything. All this other stuff that you might have. I mean, man, if that went away, but the people stayed, I'd still have everything.
Exactly that.
I'd have everything.
That's the type of riches, is to be able to. It just, like I always say, guys, I tell my guys, you put stuff in perspective. You guys bitch. Like, first of all, when they shake their heads, you're not good enough. And I always say, you're not good enough to be upset, to get upset. I tell them this all the time. And you say you have jiu-jitsu. Like, it made me really who I am today, and it changed it. It was a role model, Hanzo was, and my sensei Sazio. So that's why I choose to teach our kids. I have the adults because I teach because I always feel that I teach movement. It's not fighting, but first it's gonna be accountability. Listen, I cuss. I don't recommend to all the professors and everybody else. I have always cussed. I mean well. I cuss when I'm excited. Fucking cuss, and that's that. And I'm not gonna, apologize. I never changed it. We're fine. If you don't understand, that comes from my heart, which they all do. I don't have a problem. We're gonna walk around. The kids are gonna be fine. They're gonna walk around. They're gonna turn on MTV. They're gonna put anything, and they're gonna go to school and get bullied. They're gonna hear cussing. But I do have a problem with lack of accountability. I teach first thing, lack of manners, tardiness, lazy, excuses, junk food, like self-induced obesity. All this. I have a huge problem with that. But you're gonna judge me on saying shit, or that was shit or cussing? Come on, man. It's just no. So I learned all of this in martial arts. I teach now that walk tall, be different. Don't need to get in a fight because there's not fighting here. You're different. Believe it. If you get good at jiu-jitsu, when you get good at jiu-jitsu, something so infinite, because you can never master it. You and I can live 10 lifetimes. And there's no way to ever master jiu-jitsu. You only get promoted because you love the sport and it's time given to the sport. But if you ever think you know at all about jiu-jitsu, you are a dumbass and you're going to get passed by like an idiot. It continues to evolve. It never breaks up with you. It never leaves you. And when you get good, really comes organically, become good at something like this, everything else in your life is easier. Work is easier. Dealing with the family is easier. Everything is easier because, fuck, man, they got good at jiu-jitsu.
It's so hard.
It's so
hard.
It's so hard. It's every day is a game changer.
And you
So if
get
you
beat
have
up. Like no one likes getting beat up like that. That doesn't feel good. And and to be able to do that, it's so hard. Especially then when you get good and then you still go get beat up some days.
all
And
the
you're like,
time.
"Oh my God, this is we're still here."
Do you know why though? It's because when you start something new, there's that phase always, right, of the being humbled. You want a new instrument. There's the beginning, a new language. You're being humbled. Of course, if you don't know anything, it sucks. Well, in martial arts and jiu-jitsu, you get humbled every fucking day.
Yeah.
Every day is like baptism under fire. Muay Thai. I love Muay Thai. I love Muay Thai. Addicted to Muay Thai. So same thing. You get humbled every day. Come to spar. Some days you got it. Some days you don't. You know. And I still come back dizzy and the black eyes. And my wife goes, every Saturday you got to look like this. I'm like, I'm living. I'm living. It's what happens. I'm living. You know. But it's the same thing. If you get good and you're persistent and consistent, have accountability. Just be where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be there. You can't get any worse. Get better. You gotta go. Get up off your fucking ass and go get what you're worth it, because it's not gonna come for free. And then they show up, and the kids start showing up, and they start getting motivated, and they lose weight, and they drink more water, and they don't bring Cheetos around. I'm like, God, there's a whole culture that we can control in our community. You say you cannot control your community. You know this. You can. You can. We can not control, but influence in a good way. Talk about. Can you control your rest? Yes. Your recovery. Can you control your recovery? Can you control what you put in your body? Yes. Can you control your training? Yes. Can you control? So focus on things you can control and manage them the best way possible. So my job is easier. Drink a lot of water. Don't go to McDonald's to get a fast food meal and come to train here. You're going to shit on my work. Literally. That's how I thought. You're going to shit on my work. Come here ready with the mindset, ready to improve, get better with intention to get better. Then I will make your jiu-jitsu better. I can show you the way. I cannot do the work for you. You got to do your own work. And then straight up, the mentality start to change. And I see I don't want to develop a bunch of robots, dude. I want thinkers, good thinkers, smart fighters. Everybody has a different jiu-jitsu. Can come from the fundamentals of being the same, a good tight, elbows always in, fight for the inside. But the jiu-jitsu is a creativity, is a self-expression. So if you get good at it, if you dedicate yourself, don't fuck around, don't do lazy, you're going to see the world instead of living in a nutshell. You're going to experience I only pass guard. Nah, you're never going to be promoted. You're missing out in the whole spectrum of fun. Play only from the bottom now. And then now we play from then it's infinite. It's just, like I said, it's constant learning, humility, develops your intelligence, decision-making, makes you more confident, healthier, and I'm in the position now to pass it along to as many people as I can possibly reach.
It's amazing, that experience, to be able to pass it along, right? What you see, what it can do for people. I had a student, she just competed. She won Nogi Worlds as a Master 2 blue belt, and there's a point where I talked to her about it.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name?
Her name's Dana. And there was a point.
Congratulations.
Yeah, there was a point 2 years ago when she was competing. She broke her wrist. She had all these problems, and she came and she looked at me and she goes, "Professor, do you think I'm ever even going to win a match in my life?" Because she had lost all of them. Like, she was terrible, right? Like, she was awful. And she's like, "Do you think I'm ever going to win a match?" And then, like, I said to her the other night, I was like, "Hey, do you remember that? Do you remember that day when, like," because she was all upset with herself that her matches that weren't perfect at Nogi Worlds, right? Like, it was not perfect by any means. She was all upset. I was like, "Hey, do you remember when you were just wondering if you could literally not win one match at some tiny little tournament in Colorado? Why don't you just enjoy where you've come? Because you just won the biggest tournament you could possibly win for yourself."
And she was still not satisfied.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset.
No, she was satisfied, right? But she was like critiquing herself still, I was like, hey, which is good, which is what you want.
Yes.
Which is what you want.
That, but it's up to us to say, okay, now enjoy.
Now enjoy.
It's just perfect.
Yeah.
So she did it right. She did critique, which I like that, because don't be like, yeah, I don't like that.
Right.
I want, bro. You had some difficulty there. You messed up passing a couple times. You almost got caught. There's a lot. You know, right.
She had a lot of difficulty, bro.
It's a lot. We know how it was, right? So I don't let my students say stuff. Don't go. Don't underestimate. It's a huge mental mistake, and it's good to criticize. Should have. We watch it later. Right now, though, enjoy.
Right.
You're world champion. You're healthy. You're world champion. You're healthy. Like,
it's amazing what jiu-jitsu can do for people like that, though, right? Like, it changes their whole life. You know?
Yeah, especially if you start, man, like with the kids. It's awesome.
It's so good. It's rule number 1 for my kids. My kids don't have a choice. Like, they
don't have a choice.
They live in my house. Like, so if you would like to live in my house, then you have to do jiu-jitsu. It's as simple as this. Like,
is that the only rule of the martial house?
No, there's 6 of them.
Oh, there's
6 rules. Yeah, we have 6 rules. You have to do jiu-jitsu.
You got to make your bet.
No, you have to. I don't care about the bet at all. You have to learn. You have to learn how to swim.
Of course.
You know, you have to look people in the eye, demand respect, and give respect back when you talk to them.
That is perfect. Thank you.
If you are scared, well, then you have to go do it.
I love that.
Rule number 5, you have to make your money work for you and not you work for your money. And then rule number...
I need that one.
Yeah.
That's one of mine.
And then rule number 6 is if my brother goes down, then I go down. I ride or die with my people.
I love them.
Those are my rules. And everything else, everything else, in my opinion, after those rules, we can negotiate on everything.
Yeah.
But those rules are non-negotiable.
And they follow, they understand.
We talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
You know? Like, we talk about it so that they can understand. But I don't like to just tell them. Like, at first, you know, you tell them. Like, okay, these are the rules. But then, now a lot of explaining, you know?
That's good. How old are they now?
I have a 10 and 6.5. So
they'll get it.
The 10-year-old's getting it. The 10-year-old gets it. He's like, you know, and then with the 6.5-year-old, my little guy, he just knows that his brother beats him up a lot, and that's who makes him amazing. He's like, why are you good at football? Well, Kanan made me good at football. Why are you good at this? Kanan did, you know? So, like,
because the little brother has the tough challenges. The little one getting beat up by the big one.
Yeah.
The little ones always get better. They suffer in the beginning. It's the turtle that wins the race, dude.
Yeah.
So many students start like they started to look over. Now I don't really see the past goes. This person is not gonna be good, and so much talent walks in, but talent doesn't want to work hard. Every horse starts so fast off the track, don't they, Professor?
Yeah, right
Every
away.
horse right off
it's
the track
so
so
easy.
fast. Watch the end of the race. It only matters at the end of the race, dumbass. It doesn't matter how fast you start off the track. Come on, man. Like, everybody tells me all the time, Professor, what's the best weapon in the whole world? I'm like, cardio. Cardio. Randy Couture told me a long time ago, George, I'd much rather fight a great fight in mediocre shape than mediocre fight in great shape. And that is the absolute, the son of a bitch will never stop. Until the kitchen sink at them, they still come at you. You, and I always try to be that push the pace because cardio. They tired.
Yeah, if you can get the other person tired, for people that don't understand what it's like to be tired and in a fight, tired and in the fight, when you're like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, it's brutal. That's the worst feeling in the world, because it doesn't matter how good the person is standing in front of you. Because if you can't do it, you are fucked.
And that's right. And you have to be able. It's survival, man. You can't kill anything if you're dead already. You know. And I tell you, it's cardio. What do you prefer? Cardio. You will tire. You will tire.
Yeah.
And it amazes me nowadays that people still go through that stuff. You'll tire. If you withstand the storm, people tire.
And you have to be able to defend, especially in jiu-jitsu, right? Like like I think one of the biggest things, especially one of the biggest issues that we have currently is people have all these great attacks, right? Like they have all these crazy like entries and moves, right? But look, here's the deal. If you don't know how to defend after you fuck it up, well, then you have such a big problem.
Well, here's the deal too. Let me break this down how I explain to my students. My sensei said that always. What do you think? Watch. George, if you practice, well, first of all, let's go like this, Eliot. Which one is more fun to practice? The attacks or defending?
Yeah, well, come on. The defense.
What everybody wants to do. You want to sell this? Yeah, of course, everybody wants to do chokes, the arm bars. dumbass, bad approach, bad. Not under me. I will not allow, because if I am a good coach, I'm not going to allow you to do that. If you practice the attack 100 times, you have to practice the defense 500. 500, you have to escapes, 500. But why is that? Man, when you're attacking to the armbar and finishing, your mindset, or even if people are watching, is relaxed. You're winning. You feel good. You're on top. You're winning the scorecard usually. You're confident. When you're defending, you're losing. You are nervous. People are watching. You're seeing that he's mounted on you or he's got your back. You have to have this and complete and absolute muscle memory. It has to be just as relaxed escaping. So the muscle memory that you develop for an armbar from the mount, no, if you did an armbar from the mount, it should be a side control escape 500 times. If you do, you can't kill anything if you're dead. Or, all this guard, but no, as soon as you go, you get caught because your defense sucks.
Yeah.
It's survival first, man. Nullify their attacks. Survival first, nullify their attacks, and then take the openings they will eventually give you.
Look, here,
that's it.
Here's the deal. If I know I'm not going to tap when we shake hands, well, there's only other one option. You tap.
Yeah.
Right? If I know that ain't I'm good, then you're
Yep.
Now the tournaments are different, right? Because you get down a point or you get down 3 points, and then you have to take risks, right? Because you're going to lose anyway. Right?
Yes.
So we're not
try to score first.
Yeah. So if you score, if you get down on the scorecards, in a tournament in jiu-jitsu, you have to now release the game plan of survival first, because you're dead anyway at the end. So you have to take all these risks.
But that's when I say I only coach the ones that are going to push it until the end. It's not over until it's freaking over.
And you have to take the risk to be killed.
How many? Yes. How many do we see? Here we go. That start strong, but as soon as things don't go their way, or the thing is the guard. The guard, it's a mental
Hello.
game.
Yes.
Man.
Hold on, you're cutting out. What just happened? Hello? Yo, George.
The guard gets fast or gets in a bad position, goes, and that's it.
Or the thing that catches me too sometimes is you see people, you're down, you have a minute and you're down 2 points, right? And or like, let's say, and the guy's on your back and you just sit there like this, not getting finished. And then you're like, well, I didn't get finished. It's like, well, dude, you're like, who cares about, you gave yourself no chance to win. Right? It's a tournament, right? Like the rules are different than training in the school. Like the rules are way different. You have to go in competitions. So like when someone
out on your shield.
Go out, right? Like take the risk to be finished rather than say, I've never been finished. Yeah, man, but who cares if you've never been finished? You didn't do the true warrior way, right? The warrior way is you fight until the end and you fight with everything and you take the risk, kill or be killed. Killed.
That's all we ask for you guys to do as professors and coaches. Is don't give up on us, because we're coaching you to the end. But when you get tired and when you quit mentally, that is very disappointing. It's like children, like, if you go out on your shield, guns blazing, and you give all of it, your job is to just show up, guys. Student fighters, show up and make weight and show up. That is it. Don't even come up
and then fight hard. Fight hard.
And go give it your all. Show up means that's what I mean. Show up. Show up. Give it all of it. Go all of it, and that's it. If you give it your all, everybody's proud. Don't say I'm sorry after you lose.
Yeah.
Give it all. No, man. Sorry for those that are watching, judging, saying, if I could have done it, I would have done it. If I would have competed, I would have should have won. If I fought like you too, I could have been in the UFC. If I did, I should have. Those are the ones. That's social media right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking on social media like every day they're slaying bulls when they're barely killing chickens. It's social media. I said everybody's so tough. Everybody's such a champ. Everybody's got a great life. Everybody. All right, then. Good for you.
Good for you.
That's why I don't do Facebook. I don't, man.
I can't do Facebook. I do Instagram just because. I have a
Instagram.
You have to if you have a business, right? You have to have a Facebook that connects. I just don't go on there. It just posts immediately.
Yeah, it posts exactly. Professor Dave Reeves, Fluffy does it all in our page in Facebook. But I don't get into it. I have my life to live. I gotta live, and I don't want to watch other people live theirs. I really And I see my students sometimes twice the same day. Like on the weekends, I love my family and stay with my wife and have some normal, like, don't call me Sunday, not even to give me money. Like, no, bro. Sunday I go to church, I go to CrossFit with her, I walk my dogs, I play my guitar. Like,
that was good. Don't call me on Sunday, not even to give me money. We're gonna end. We're ending right there. Hold on. We're ending right there. Don't call me Sunday, not even to give me money. George, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. We made the time.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate having me. I hope you covered. We had some fun. I appreciate it. Thank you, Eliot. I'm proud of all the work you guys are doing. Please say hello to Professor Easton.
I will.
You know, to Amal. He's awesome. And Chris Mearswack. You know,
Chris Mearswack. Dude, that guy kills it for us, man. He kills it for us.
Yeah,
he's the
my
man.
boy. Like, he's the one that makes me proud. You tried hundreds. A lot of people leave and disappoint you. There's very few that make you proud, that goes to your heart and make you proud and do something with it. Like, he's definitely one of them. We have a great professor out there.
And the one that makes you proud is worth all the 100 that didn't.
Oh my God! But beats you. You can do 100 over. Like,
yeah, I'll take it every day. I'll take it every day. I'll take all the disappointment for the one.
For the one that makes it.
That's right.
So, Us, thank you for your time, sir.
All right.
Thank you for the work you're doing there, Us. Bye, guys.
Bye, George. Bye, Professor. All right, guys, go out there, find your power, everybody.